a first look at the Light Phote 3 prototype in action. So last week, the Light Phote company released their EVT prototype, and we get a first look at a few features with the Light Phote 3. In the first shot, you can see how the device will fit in your hands. This gives me an idea of how it will feel, how it will look, and to be honest, it looks great. Another feature you see in the first shot is the matte screen. Now this is a big difference from the Light Phote 2, which is an e-ink display. I think the matte screen looks great. It's not shiny, it should resist fingerprints, and it helps the text appear to stand out with the device itself. I'm somebody who's visually impaired, so I'm always looking at the screen quality with the text on the screen itself. Since the device is in dark mode per se, so the background is black and the text is white, the screen quality is important, and the crispness of the text is also important for me to see the text. From the first shots, I can see the text very well and it looks very clean. An important look we also get is the list of apps. From the apps on the screen, we can see, of course, that there is the phone app, the alarm app, directions, music, notes, hotspot, calendar, podcast, timer, and settings. Now all of these apps seem quite useful and well thought out for the device itself. This is not a smartphone. This is a minimal phone with apps that are deemed necessary in everyday life. I love the fact that there is a hotspot option. So for those of you who need specific apps, you can carry a companion device and use the hotspot feature if needed. Now we can see how fast the device is when scrolling and responding to application switches. Going from the Light Phote 2, which is an e-ink display, the device needs to refresh itself. Whereas now it looks like the device is super snappy because it's not an e-ink display. It is again a matte screen with, I'm guessing, an overlay operating system that is the Light OS, of course, and the device is super responsive. I mean, I'm very impressed when they're going through the menu and you can see swiping up and down from the contacts list. It's very fast. There's no glitching, there's no stalling, no pausing, and this prototype is looking great so far. Besides the operating system itself, you'll see a closer look at the hardware. Now you can see that this device looks like it's going to be quite thick and probably heavy and sturdy in the hands. Now, depending on how you like your devices, I'm somebody who prefers a heavier device. It makes me drop it a bit less and it feels more sturdy and even more premium in the hands. From the device itself, it looks like the buttons in this prototype are matte. And towards the back of the device, you'll be able to see that there are two different materials, the battery cover and the back itself. It looks like the back for the battery compartment may be a grippier plastic, so this may make the device more grippy in the hands when you're holding it. And overall, the device looks great. I mean, you have a USB-C charging port, and you can get a closer look at the speakers, the microphone, and even the camera. Lastly, you'll be able to see the wheel itself. Unfortunately, this video does not have audio. I would have liked to hear the clickability of the scroll wheel. This wheel is used to navigate the menus, of course, and I think it's quite an interesting addition. It makes the device a bit unique and stand out. And again, as somebody who's visually impaired, the more buttons, the better. I'm just worried about the durability of this wheel. Will it last the long term? Will it be replaceable? Is it something that we can get from the manufacturer and be able to fix it if needed? So overall, this is quite a short introductory video from the Light Phote 3. This is a prototype, so this is an engineering validation test, and it's really nice that they gave us an inside look of what the device will look like and more or less how they're picturing it to work with the applications. I saw a lot of comments on that video about the lack of presentation for the camera, so I think if they're going to release another video, a lot of us want to see how the camera operates, the video function, and how the device will perform overall. I know myself, I would like to see a in-depth view of the settings menu and maybe a demonstration on how the hotspot feature is working with other devices or something like this. I'm really happy that we get an inside look on how the device is going through, and I'm really happy to be backing this device, and I really can't wait to see more about it as we get closer to the release date in January 2025. What do you think about this Light Phone 3 prototype? And what are some features you would like to see demonstrated? Let me know down below. Thank you again so much for watching, and see you soon.